All right, you're strolling through the city on your way to work like normal, and in the corner of your eye, you can see a homeless person. You walk right past them, right? You keep your head down, you keep it pushing. And then you feel a bit of guilt, right? Because you walked right past them, brushed them off, didn't give them anything, and just kept it pushing. You tell yourself, oh, they could be a scammer, oh, they could be dangerous, strung out on drugs, crackhead, or the last one that we always say, oh, I don't have any cash on me. The big three. So in your mind, you justify it, you feel better about the decision you made, and you keep it pushing, right? Right. That's a battle we've all been through. Lord knows I've been through it. We want to help, but we come up with any excuse in the book, you and I, to just get out of it. And for me, I'm crazy enough to even tell myself that the onlookers and bystanders are also judging me. I'm like, oh, if I go up and I give this person money and then they're like, oh, he's a sucker, like they're not even really homeless, like it's a scam, or even, oh, he's not even helping them out because they're just going to take that money and get more drugs or alcohol or whatever, so on and so forth. And I put so much thought and energy into justifying me not giving them anything, or even just flat out ignoring them. That's like, dag, just give. It's like, just give the money and move on. Like, why you're making this so much bigger than it has to be? And really, I think that's the conviction, because if I know that we're, like, all of us, and me definitely, are called to serve and help people who are in need, and I'm blessed enough to be in the position to be able to, by the grace of God, mind you, to have the time, the money, or the resources to help and serve those who are in need, yet I don't, there is no justification for that. I'm just wrong. Now look, hear me and hear me well when I say I don't have the money, resources, or connections to be gifting people homes yet. From my mouth to God's ears. But the point is to do what you can with what you've got. So sometimes we just need to get out of our own way and tear down our preconceived notions. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I was gifted $100 in cash by a loved one, and instead of spending it on DoorDash, Uber, subscriptions, I will be giving it away to people who can use it better than I could. So let's see how this goes. So I didn't really record these interactions, more so just some of my thoughts afterwards, which were very few and far between. But I am not one to play in God's face, because he strikes people down. So so this is very much giving like honor code, but I hereby solemnly swear that I gave away the money. All right, now this first interaction, I'm not gonna lie, is kind of taking me out because it was on the light rail. If you don't know what the light rail is, it's essentially just an above ground train in New Jersey. And so I done seen this guy I think that was my third time giving him money, because like you'll just be on the train, like he's walking around with a cup. So I gave him some money before, and I remember the first time there was some people in front of me sitting right across from me, and he had asked them initially, and yo, this is crazy, low-key. He had asked them initially, and like they either said no, or like I think they might have even just ignored him. And so then he came by me, and I kind of just like kept my head down and ignored, and I felt bad. And then I was even like, yo, wait, this is crazy. Because then I was even like, like it really convicted me, and I was like, Jesus, if you turn him around and bring him back, I'll give him the money. So I took out my wallet, and I had the money sitting there waiting, because I was like, okay, I just prayed this guy might come back. Don't you know, he turned right back around and came back. So I gave him the money, and he was like, oh, like, God bless you, God bless you. I was like, bless you. And it's so interesting how that's a bit embarrassing, because like the people across from me, it was like, see, you'll come up with any type of excuse, because what do you mean I was embarrassed by that? I was helping someone out. But in the moment, it felt like maybe the people thought that I would think I was better because I was giving money, or that, like I said, maybe I wasn't even helping him. Oh, he's just going to use it for drugs or alcohol, blah, blah, you don't know. And this is not to discredit, like I totally understand that's a valid concern. Like if you just give money, they could just use it for drugs or alcohol. Yes, I totally understand that. One, that is not always the case. Two, that's all I had was the money. Like we were literally on the train. Like I couldn't go out and get food or whatever the case may be. So I definitely don't want to discredit that, because that's so true. So this time, it was like the third time, because in between I saw him another time and I gave him money. So this was the third time, and I know he's probably like, you look familiar. I'm like, you, sir, you look familiar. So yeah, that was the first 20. Check. All right, now this second situation low-key starts a whole subplot that I will not get into. Long story short, love Tabitha Brown down, and I've been following her for a good while. If she is a vegan content creator and really an encourager. But look, I've been followed her, so not too much. I missed how I guess she originally blew up with was like a Whole Foods video where she got a sandwich from Whole Foods that was really, really good, supposedly a vegan sandwich. So my big greedy behind is running around New Jersey and New York looking for these Whole Foods for those sandwiches. And there's a reason I'm saying all this. In my search for the Whole Food, this is so big. This is so big and greedy. In my search for the Whole Foods sandwich market, that's where I end up running into the rest of the people. I'm going to say that that was ordained because I even prayed beforehand. I was like, Lord Jesus, direct me to the right people to give the money to, or send them my way, or however, just make sure our paths cross. I just wanted to be mindful of that. So I said that as a prayer, and I'm gonna believe that that prayer was answered. So this second interaction, like I said, I was looking for Whole Foods. It was this guy in front of, I think, like a hotel. He was just sitting there, like a sign, like, oh, could use money, homeless, da-da-da. And so I was like, okay, this is perfect. So at first I walked right past him, and then I turn around because I don't want to like pull out my wallet and like stop in front of everyone because there was a lot of people that were walking out the hotel. But anyway, I go around and I drop him the money. So that's 2 for 2. And you know what? Running into him was also an answered prayer, because that was the day where I had saw someone earlier in the day, but I couldn't muster up the courage to give the money. So I felt so bad, and I was like, Lord, please let me run into someone else who I feel led, like, okay, this is for them. Wow, that really was an answered prayer, because I had an opportunity earlier in the day and I didn't follow through. But that second time, I got it that second time. All right, now the third person. Where was I headed to? Whole Foods, duh. So this guy was out front and he was asking people for money, but he didn't even ask me. I was like, okay. But then I was like, Lord, if this is him who I need to give it to, let him ask me on the way out. So I ran in there, you know, they didn't have the sandwich. So I'm walking out and I already had the money ready because I was like, okay, if he asks, like, I'm gonna give it. So I'm walking out and he had asked people before me. He's asking people after me, like when I came in, and he just kind of looks at me. So then, like, I look back and we make eye contact, and he finally says it. He's like, sir, like, do you have $1 to spare? I was like, gotcha, that's what I was looking for. I'm like, matter of fact, yeah, I do. With your name on it. So that worked out. So I gave that to him and I kept it pushing. So that's 3 people. That's 60 of the $100. And so the remaining 40 I actually gave to a family. It was very soon after I had just gave the 20 to that guy outside the Whole Foods. And I kept walking, and on the side of the street was a family, I think a mom and like 2 kids. And so I walked past so I could get my money out, and I was just going to give the 20, and then I really felt led to give the remaining 40. So I did that. I walked up to her and I gave her the 40. With that, the 100 has been given away. Now you might be thinking, all right, you gave $100 away. Whoop-de-doo. What is that going to do in the grand scheme of things? I don't know what it's going to do in the grand scheme of things. And to that, I say I wasn't intending to save the whole earth. Like, only God could do that, because I can only do but so much. The whole point is to do your part. Do what you can with what you've got. Now, this isn't meant to be a one-time experiment or a challenge. This is supposed to be a principle that you live for the rest of your life, that you live ongoing, and not too much, because I was given beforehand and I will continue to give after. This just became a thing in my mind because I ran out of cash. There was an instance where I had ran out of cash, and I came across someone who was in a situation and I wanted to help, but I didn't have no cash. So I was like, Lord Jesus, I need some more cash. And so this cash was provided, and I was like, hey, remember that little prayer you prayed? Yeah, let's use that for that. So hopefully you feel led to do something similar and give back or help out or serve in whatever manner or way you can. Hopefully this won't be the last of this sort of video where I'm showing how we can help each other and just serve, because we're a community, we're brothers and sisters. We're called to do that. It feels good to do that, which is another thing. good God, I don't want to. Ugh, this is exhausting. I don't want to have to give every single caveat and try to defend myself. The Lord knows my heart. I hope you know your heart. Just go out and do what you can. So I'll include some links below that I also included in the previous video where you can help support and give to people and children, especially who are in need and hungry and could really use the food. So if you feel led, I don't know, maybe pray about it, hopefully pray about it. And those will be down below so you can give. So thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you, and I'll see you on the bright side. But yeah, I felt convicted. I prayed. I said, Lord, if this money's for him, turn him right back around. And that man did the quickest U-turn. I said, Dag, are you going to answer all my other prayers that quick too? Or